Have you been seeing the fires in Spokane?
Okay, I don't know anything. I heard something Spokane. What's going on?
They don't know how it started, but it's like an apocalyptic looking fire moving so rapidly, and it's thousands of acres. And Matt's new golf course he's been building is like an hour away from it, and they're freaking out.
No.
Yeah. Homes.
Oh my
Look at Matt.
gosh.
Just said, Matt sent me a map, and he goes, Jen's son started it. That man, he needs to stop.
Oh my God, Matt Ginella just took me out.
I am not laughing about the fires. They're not funny, but that is funny as fuck.
Oh my God. So not Jen's son starting another fire in Spokane.
Patty G.
Okay, just disclaimer, fires are not funny. We deeply apologize, but I'm sorry, that was funny because Matt is a petty, snarky motherfucker.
He is a sniper. That man is a sniper.
I'm telling you, anybody who wants a war of words, you don't want it with Matt Ginella.
No.
You don't want the smoke with Matt Ginella.
Not ever.
Absolutely not. Katie, how are you?
I'm good. I may still be hungover from Friday, and it is Sunday. So I went to Janet's birthday party. She invited me. It was very nice. Let me tell this whole story because Zach Wickham was on 2 T's in a Pod, and he got himself into trouble.
He sure did.
Basically, Janet invited me. So nice. I then text her, hey, I might be like stoking a fire, but did you happen to invite Zach Wickham? Because he's one of my best friends and we could go together, whatever. She was like, I mentioned it to him in passing, but he didn't seem that interested. I then call Zach. Zach's like, yeah, I'm planning on going. I was like, oh, fantastic. We can go meet there together. Perfect. And then she texted me the next day when we were podcasting and she was like, please disinvite him. And I was like, oh no, what happened? What happened? So I called Zach. I was like, what did you say? And apparently he was on a live. Somebody asked him, if you were on a deserted island, would you rather be with Jax Taylor or Janet? And he said Jax.
Stop it.
And he said it because he could eat him. There's a lot more meat. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay. He was making it funny, right?
That's actually not, that's not bad.
No. And I was like, okay, that's kind of funny, right? So, but she was offended. She was hurt. And they have a long history of hurting one another. So I'm not discrediting anyone's feelings.
Right.
But I was like, damn it, Zach.
My God. Well, also, that was him calling her skinty.
There you go. Thank you. It is a backhanded compliment, Janet, but it is a compliment.
Yes, but I understand both sides. And listen, there is already such a history between them of like off and on, like with friendship. So I understand that like any little thing, and maybe it's not little to Janet, her feelings are valid. Right. Is just going to be like, fuck that guy. Don't come to my birthday.
I know, but I was like, come on, guys. We're not 6th grade. Let's just have a fun birthday party, So I went. I brought my friend Heather Caswell. She said I always say her first and last name.
You know what? I do that with some people too, and I don't know why.
Yes. Well, because I have a couple Heathers in my life, and so this is the good one.
And a couple you don't have in your life, but
correct. So I love this one. She's one of my besties now. So I brought her. We went up there. I saw Lala, Jasmine. Of course, I saw Zach. We met for a drink before. Janet. Michelle was there.
Oh, Michelle was there. And you said Ariana was there too. Ariana.
Yes, I got to see Ariana and her boyfriend. He's so nice. We've met a couple times. But I was expecting Sheena to be there. Sheena wasn't there. Shocker. But Michelle was there and I said hello, but we didn't really talk. But Lala and I talked for a long time. And I pulled her aside and said, hey, can I just tell you that my first season, you did a podcast and you talked so kindly about me and so many people sent it to me. And that meant a lot to me. This world of Bravo and this kind of sorority we're in, I had support from somebody else and that was really nice. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. She was great. She was so great. She was one of the highlights of my night. But yeah, it was so much fun.
I love that. And you and I have been talking a lot about the Valley. We're about to do that again right now. And I told you off mic that I am always willing to admit when I have changed my mind or somebody has changed my mind or some strong opinion has changed. I found Lala to be mostly cringe on VPR. Okay. And I have to, you want to get popped? Like, it's just a lot, right? It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I also didn't find her to be the best friend a lot of times.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. She was also growing. She started the show, I'm sure, in her 20s. She went through a lot of shit. Like, and okay, cool. All the things. But I also did admit that she is the kind of villain I like. Like, I want a villain like that on reality TV, where I always compare it. I don't want Emily Simpson villain.
No.
Okay. I want Lala villain. So I would say like she's in the villain category, but I like that villain. We need her. I think she's necessary. She also has made a lot of great TV. Now, all that is to say, I also did not want Lala on the Valley. I was still pissed at her from the last episode or the last season of VPR and her and Ariana. I didn't like how that went down. I was like, no, ma'am. We don't want Lala on the Valley. Now, fast forward to today, and I've watched the entire Valley season. I'm so grateful for Lala on the Valley. I thought she was emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
She held Danny's ass to the fire and Nia's. She had really good conversations with people. She got really deep with Janet and she was there for her. She was a good friend in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just found her so necessary on the show. And
yes,
I found her to be somebody that I think I could fuck with in real life. I've never thought that about Lala. I always go, does this person pass my test of if I saw them in real life, would I want to hang out with them? I think I could have fun with Lala after seeing her on this season of The Valley. Not that she'd want to hang out with me. I'm just saying that's always like my little test. Like I did that with you too. When I was like, oh, Katie's literally the only one on that cast that I could see myself going, I could get a drink with her and we'd probably have fun. I liked you, like, right?
And
we did exactly that.
And
here
we
we are.
Well, you know, everyone always told me at BravoCon, like, oh my God, you're taller in person or you're smaller in person or whatever. And I found myself to be a fan when I met her because I was like, oh my God, you're amazing, right? I was like, but you're so small. She is so petite.
Oh, okay. She looks taller on TV.
Yeah, she's petite and she's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Always has been.
I know. I'm like, you lucky ass bitch. But she was
face card,
so
body card,
kind.
never declines.
Yes, she's so kind. So I was really thankful to meet her.
Okay,
honestly.
I love that. And I love that you went to the party and got to see everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool. And I love all the stories of like, you know, you said you talked to Michelle or no?
Well, I said hello to her, but
cool.
no Dr. Dre. I said hello to her.
Was Dre there? No.
Yeah, I had a lot to drink. So that's kind of all I remember. And I had the best time. And then, you know, I had more birthday parties this weekend. It was just quite a weekend.
You made me exhausted telling me what your schedule was this week. I was exhausted for you.
Because I never go anywhere, quite honestly. I go to Trader Joe's. It's the only grocery store that doesn't deliver. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just home. So I had a lot going on. And Matt's in Montana and, you know.
Yeah, so I'm the same way. Like it takes, I've always been such a social person, but like, I don't know if it's like age or what, but like I just like to be home. Yeah. I like to be home. I do. Too. And I don't like to fuss with my makeup and my hair, even though like every now and then it is fun, like to get dressed for something. And I'm not saying I don't like to do that. I like to do it a handful of times a year. Pick a killer outfit, pull together a look, get beat the makeup up, like do the whole thing. But like I don't want to be that person that does that every weekend. I can't, I don't want to. I want to bed rot. I want to couch rot. I want to
Yes.
I just like to hang out with my dogs and my family.
Same.
Yeah.
Same as one is just constantly licking me and I'm trying to get her to stop.
Oh, yeah. Clipper's in the background somewhere. I don't know. Where is he?
I see him.
He heard his name.
He's so cute.
He's all, hey, I'm back here, Mom.
Oh, I love
God,
him.
He's so cute. Okay. Shall we get into the Valley? But before we do, real quick, I just want to address a couple of voice messages that we got.
Okay.
We got one from Andrew. And he's a sweetheart. I believe Andrew is the one that runs he's an English professor and he runs the Instagram account. What is it? Boiler Room something?
Yes. And we've been talking to him a little bit. He's been really kind about us. Yeah.
He's very, very sweet. And he left a voice message that I'm going to play really quick because it's been a few days since you and I listened. Real quick.
Hey, Katie and Jami. It is Andrew Rimby, the host of the Ivory Tower Boiler Room, English professor. I have to say, I love just your honesty, your transparency, what all of the audience is saying about
Oh my God, I love it. Love it.
I have two questions. A, are you both excited for the ultimate girls trip, Roaring 20th? Do you think that the women that have been assembled are going to be presenting authentic narratives, or do you think that it's going to be extremely manufactured? Katie, were you involved in any of the filming? And then my second question is, I'm right here outside of New York City in New Jersey, so I have to ask, do you think that the new season of Jersey is promising? I'm very lukewarm, kind of, just because I feel like they only focus on one area of Jersey, and that just bothers me.
Yeah.
Because I wish they would look at more of the state with different personalities. But my other question is, are you more excited about Jersey, the New York City season, or the Golden Life? Okay, thanks for the podcast.
That's easy for me. I'll answer his last question.
Do it.
I'm very excited about the new New York season.
Yeah.
Despite popular or unpopular opinion, I actually really liked the New York reboot. I like it better than the OG New York because those women all fucking piss me off, and I think most of them are trash. And just not exciting to watch. Like I don't want to watch Ramona. I don't want to watch Sonia. No, thank you. So I'm really excited, and I want to see Carol Radziwill. I want to see the Epstein files brought up. I want to see and here's it like. You all know where Katie and I lean, and I actually really like Carol Radziwill, but at the same time, her name was in the Epstein files, and she apparently knew Ghislaine Maxwell. So let's hear about it. I'm not saying I'm not accusing her of anything, but I'm glad apparently Cy brought it up.
Tell us. Tell us what
right?
your involvement or non-involvement was, but speak up.
Yeah. Okay. Which of those are you most excited about? Those three shows.
Same. New Roni.
Okay.
Very excited.
Okay.
I love Cy. I'm not a fan of Jessel, but I love Cy. I love Cy.
I always liked Jessel, but I'm a little irritated just knowing about certain things behind the scenes, I think. But I do like Jessel on the show. I find her fun to look at and kind of quirky. And then I also like, I'm stale on Aaron. I'm getting the ick on Aaron.
I am too. I hope she's different this season, but I got the ick too.
Yeah.
But I love Cy. I love Cy.
Her fashion. I love her fashion. She is my fashion icon. Okay, then he had a couple other questions. Do we think that the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip women are going to come authentic? Quick answer, most of them no. Some yes, most no. Who is the cast on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip? So we can go one by one.
I know it's Vicky, Lisa Barlow, right? Portia, Kyle.
Oh, okay, yes.
Right? Heather Gay. Was it Heather Gay?
Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 2026 cast.
I don't think that they're necessarily going to be super authentic. I'm not speaking for all of them, but I do think some of them are going to come with something, I don't know. What do you think, Jami? I mean, I feel, right?
All these women have been on reality TV for so long that at a certain point you become less and less authentic. I will say that across the board. It just is what it is. You start playing the game, you start acting a little bit, just showing up, doing your job. You're kind of exhausted by it all. So you just kind of do things. You repeat old, lines that used to be iconic, like, let's whoop it up. Does anybody work? Okay, because you think that's what the fucking audience wants. Spoiler alert, nobody wants that.
Nobody.
So for the most part, I think a lot of them are going to be inauthentic, but as far as who I'm going to enjoy watching, I mean, I'm excited literally only about Portia Williams and Lisa Barlow, period.
Same.
And Giselle Bryant, maybe, because she brings, but she's also a producer's pet, I think. But I'm only excited about those two. 0% excitement about anybody else.
Kind of same.
Yeah.
I know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I am excited to watch it, but just mainly for those two.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What was Andrew's other question?
Oh, if I was involved in the Ultimate Girls Trip. Andrew, I love that you haven't even give me that thought that maybe I would be. But no, I have no involvement. I am basically blacklisted. Tamara wasn't allowed to invite me to a filming for season 20 of Orange County. Emily allegedly I didn't hear this from Tamara. Emily allegedly is threatening like people shouldn't be speaking to me, talking about me, nothing. So no, I was not invited. Not every, but most of the housewives from past seasons of Orange County were invited to this thing filming, and I was not.
I think a lot of people don't quite understand the level to which somebody in charge at Bravo or where, it is truly trying to erase you from the Bravo history.
Yeah.
That's my take. Based on everything, based on segregating you at BravoCon, telling cast members don't invite you to things, telling them your name. Shockingly, they didn't even try to wrap you up in the first few episodes of OC, which they normally do.
Correct.
I think they were instructed, do not talk about Katie Ginella. I think they knew the assignment. Don't talk about her. It's as if she didn't even exist. And I stand by that.
Same. Same. And maybe it's better because they know what the public would do. So maybe it's better for them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there was a really nice person named Karen who left us a voice message saying she absolutely loves the show. Aww. She thinks that OC cast absolutely did Katie dirty. Totally agree. And the third thing she wanted to talk about was the fact that, in her eyes, Danny isolated Nia by taking her to Santa Clarita. She didn't want it. She voiced it, and yet still he did it. And is this just kind of like a narcissistic, and I know everybody throws that word around. Maybe she didn't use that word, but like a toxic man who kind of wants to control and isolate. And my quick answer, yes. I saw it the same way. I saw it the same way when your partner, who's having all these beautiful children for you, and she's exhausted, and she's done so much for you. She's put her mind and her body through hell to do these things, to accomplish the large family that you want. And you have the audacity to push her against her will to move to a town where she knows nobody. She told you billions of times that she doesn't want to do it, and you still got your way because all you care about is you. You're the head of that family. You're going to get your way, and you don't care about your wife's happiness. So much, and I also think it's a little more nefarious than that. Now, given all we know about Danny at this point, I think that it serves him to get her away from her friends, to isolate her, because he can have more control over her that way, and she can have less independence and less opportunity to go out and hear one of her girlfriends say, "Hey, is your husband treating you okay? Yeah. Should he have talked to you that way?" She has less opportunity because she didn't have any friends out here in Santa Clarita, which, by the way, Karen, I also live in Santa Clarita. So it's like very familiar town to me. So anytime it comes up on the valley, I always laugh. I live in a different part of Santa Clarita than Danny and Nia. And I often get asked, like, do I ever see them? And it's a quick no. And I don't think we run in the same circles. Like,
no, you definitely don't.
Yeah.
It is control. And we can get more into this as we're talking about the finale. But I just see so much of my past relationship in theirs. And I'm so triggered by it. I'm like, open your eyes, Nia. He wants to control the fuck out of her. It's very apparent.
I agree with you. And on that note, shall we get into the latest episode, the Halloween party from hell?
Please.
Of the Valley?
Please.
Okay, I had to take notes. There was so much going on. My first note is that Brittany Cartwright growls with excitement over this fuck-ass Halloween party. She's like, oh, I'm so excited. Oh.
Oh my God. Wait, pause. Did you see the stuff about Jax Taylor and the Smart Water?
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm glad you brought this up. Real quick, let's address this because that motherfucker did a fake ad.
And then put receipts that then Kristen Doty found out was AI, the receipts.
Oh my God. And this guy is so cringe. He's dangerous, but he's also very cringe. So long story short, what seemed to have happened was obviously him and that PR girl, whatever her name is, publicist, have been allegedly having this affair, which they shouldn't, which was really fucked up on her her part for sure, because she still had a professional relationship with Britney. Anyway, Britney was shocked. Everybody's finding it out. But it sounds like in order to make it less of an issue, it seems allegedly, maybe perhaps, that this PR girl and Jax came up with this stupid fucking scheme to be like, hey, let's pretend you're in this area with me. And because we're filming an ad campaign together, like a social media campaign for Smart Water. It shows this man in a body of water with a Smart Water in the background. And he says something like, oh my God, it was something so boomer.
It was so cringy.
Sorry to boomers. I know there's some nice boomers out there, but let me just say that, okay? Oh my God, hold on. Let me pull it up because it's something like, "Hoo boy, it's sure is hot out here." Or something.
I know.
Like,
well, the thing is, I was reading through his recent posts, and people were asking him about the Smart Water ad, and he was responding to people, and I was reading his responses, and one of them was like, oh, something about, Britney was friends with your publicist that you're dating now. And he was like, Britney and her were never friends. I have proof. They're coming. And I'm like, how would you have proof that they weren't friends? And it has nothing to do with that. It's that she worked for the two of you. It's an inappropriate relationship in general.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm agreeing with you. It was so inappropriate. I'm laughing because I'm looking at Jack's fuck-ass Smart Water, fake Smart Water ad.
Oh,
he says, it's so embarrassing. Jax is sitting in a pool with a waterfall in the background with one lonely bottle of half-drinking Smart Water in the background. And he proceeds to say in the caption, it's been one heck of a hot summer.
What a douchebag.
Staying hydrated with @Smart Water. They fucking tagged Smart Water in a fake ad. How dense are you?
Well, I'm just glad that Britney found out the way she did. Did you hear how she found out?
No, tell me.
She was on a podcast with Schwartz, I think it is. And she was like, oh my God, I just got this DM. And he was like, well, what is it? And she read it aloud. And she was like, it was from Smart Water's account. And they were like, we have no affiliation with Jax. We did not do this collaboration with him, yada, yada, yada. And she was like, oh my God.
It's so
like,
embarrassing.
Jax, you're not smarter than everybody.
She also outed his ass on the show for having a Finsta where he pumps himself up and gasses himself up. Oh, Jax Taylor's the strong kind of man I want to be like. I don't know what he said, but it was something so embarrassing like that. You are so cringe, Jax Taylor. Like this is too much.
Is it all the drugs? Did it fuck with him? Why is he so insane? I've never watched Vanderpump except the reunion of Scandival. That's all I've watched. So I really don't know a lot of who he is, really, other than ditching his wife and beautiful child. I don't know anything else about him.
So my theory has always been that, because I unfortunately had a lot of friends who did a lot of drugs back in the day, high school, whatever. And mostly all of them that stayed in it for a long time, eventually most of them got out of it. There's one pattern that I see, and it's just a lack of maturity and a lack of emotional growth, emotional intelligence growth. And I see that in Jax. So I don't know if it's all the coke he did. I don't know if it's just because this is Jax and he has an inability to grow his emotional intelligence and his maturity. I don't know. But the dude, he's really good TV, but he is absolute trash. And he has crossed over to the boundary of I don't want that kind of villain. He's too dangerous to me. He's actually dangerous in my opinion.
Poor Britney. Seriously, can you? Oh my God, being married to him?
No, disgusting.
Gross. He's
Ew.
Horrible. Okay, my first note, by the
please.
way, and you texted to me, and I was out somewhere, and I meant to text you back. My first note is Nia picking her baby up by the arms.
Oh boy.
I'm not trying to mom shame. All I'm going to say is, all of my kids have gotten tennis elbow, where the elbow comes out of the socket. And the doctor said, maybe you're more prone to it, your genetics, whatever. So I've gone to the hospital so many times with the kids for this, because somebody would be swinging them around by their arms, like how you pick up their hands and you swing them around. Okay. It always happened that way.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, don't do that to my ex-husband. He'd still do it. And then we'd have to go to the emergency room. When I saw that, I was like, your kid is so little. Their cartilage and everything is still so soft. You cannot pick your kid up like that. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. Oh, yeah. And me and Steve was the one who called it out. So me and Steve were watching it together, and He never watches this show, and he doesn't know Nia. He doesn't know anything about it. And he's like, "Oh, that like made me cringe seeing her pick her baby up that way."
Yes.
Here's what I will say: is it the wrong way to pick up a baby? Absolutely. And it was like potentially it could harm the baby. Do I think she does that all the time and is a bad mom and doesn't care if she harms her? No, I'm not saying that. I just maybe to give her a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, maybe every now and then you're overwhelmed, you're not thinking, and you pick them up and you realize it later, like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have picked up my baby that way. I don't know, but I am standing 10 toes down that it bothered me, and
me too.
I did not like it, and my husband saw it and he was like, ooh, don't pick up your baby that way. So, and and I've seen a lot of TikToks, actually, people talking about it. We're not the only ones. Oh yeah. Like I don't want to pile on. People know my opinion of Nia. I don't like Nia. No. But I don't want to, just because I don't like her, I don't want to use this baby picking up thing as to like, oh, see, this is what I don't like her. And let me just name one more thing I don't like about Nia. It could have been any of the women on that show or men, and I would have called that out. Like
100%, yeah.
Yeah, it was icky. The other thing I will say, I don't know about you, but Brittany's excitement for this Halloween party, I could not have not related more. I fucking hate Halloween. It's such a, I don't like fussy shit. Like, oh God, I got to dress up. Oh God, I got I don't want to do it. I hate Halloween parties, but I will say, I should probably, hold on real quick. I did slay one Halloween costume 1 year. I put my all into it, and I never do. I'm always like the lazy costume girl. I'll just put a mask on and call it a costume. I was a Karen for Halloween. And I rocked it. Hold on. If I can pull it up really quick, it's actually really good. Hold on.
By the way, I forgot to post the receipts. Our last recap of Orange County, I said that I was going to post my butt pad video, and I sent it to you, but I have to post that.
Okay. It was absolutely amazing.
But made my butt so long.
No, but it was long. That's what I said. I go, I like that it's lifted, but why has it got to be so long?
It was like the length of my thigh.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to spend the time looking for this video, but I have a video of me doing my Karen impersonation. Steve filmed it for me.
Yeah. Oh, howdy doody, folks. My name's Karen. Yeah, so I'm a mom. I got 3 beautiful children. I got Chad. I got Brenda Sr. and Karen Jr. Karen Jr., she's just a hoot.
What happened to your wrist?
Oh, that's my bowling arm. Now don't get intimidated now. Here we go. Woo!
Nice.
Straight. Yeah. I get a little competitive from time to time. A little competitive. Oh, did you? Now, get that there. Now, I collect butterflies, okay? So I collect butterflies, and I really like cats. Look at that. Ain't that a hoot? Ain't that a hoot? I got all my belongings in here, all my doodads. We're good. And everybody have a safe and happy Halloween. Oh, I am the president of the HOA, too. I really like to abide by those rules. All right, howdy doody. Everybody have a happy Halloweeny.
Yeah,
I feel like I nailed it. But anyway, that butt pad, I told you that I have a cousin who wore a butt pad like as part of like her wedding. She was like a bridesmaid. And I was like impressed. But that one that you were wearing, why is it so long? Don't do that to my girl.
I know.
Oh, well.
Skims.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I don't think anybody wants a long ass, but okay.
No, I don't dress up for Halloween. I love it for the kids, but I'm not like a let's get a costume kind of girl.
No, I
want to celebrate, but I'm too old.
You know what? Here's how bad I am. I don't even want to fucking celebrate. I'm fucking 48, Katie. I'm over it. Okay. I've done my time. But that said, I say the same thing about Disneyland. I fucking hate Disneyland, but I know that I'll get CPS called on me if I don't at least take my child once to Disneyland. Yes. Like, it's like you have to. Yeah. It would be you calling like, bitch, you ain't been to Disneyland yet. Stevie has been, I think she's been once, maybe twice. Luckily that was enough for her. But I also I don't want to do all these fussy things, but at the same time, I do them. So just so people know and they don't knock me in the comments, I still take my daughter trick-or-treating. I still get her dressed up. I still do her I do all the things. Do I want to do it? No.
Oh my God, I love
do.
Halloween. I love it so much.
Oh my God, you're one of those Halloween moms. Do you decorate your house too?
No.
Okay,
but
good.
I love
At least
handing
you don't go
out
that far.
candy. I love it.
Oh, I like that part.
Yeah,
I like
love
that
it.
part. And I think maybe I'm resentful because I'm not at the point yet where my daughter, like when Stevie doesn't want to trick or treat, it will be the best day of my life because then I can stay home and right? She's going on 13. She'll be 13 next month. So it's like, then I can stay home and be the person that hands out candy, which will be amazing. That's all I want to do because I'm a lazy girl. But then I have the grandkids. So then I might just go spend Halloween with them.
Oh,
Start the clock all over again.
Oh,
yeah, my little babies.
So
okay. And then there was that scene, talking about the scene, like you said, where Nia picked her baby up that way. Her and Lala sit down. And I had a note about Nia, Lala's kind of letting her know, like, these are my issues with Danny, the way he speaks to you, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And Nia is just kind of like talking about her background, which here's the thing. Those are two, I rolled my eyes too, because it's not that I don't have empathy. I have immense empathy for what Nia must have gone through as a child. It's horrible. No child should live that way. It absolutely is going to have lasting effects and trauma. Totally get that. But at a certain point, like these are two separate things. That can be true. Your childhood can be that way. And Lala can still look at you and go, and the fact still remains you're married to a toxic man who verbally abuses you and other women and puts his hands on women that didn't ask for it and didn't want it. So, and without permission. So don't go in, like her background and how she came to choose her man has nothing to do with the fact that he's still an asshole. He's still a toxic man.
It was a crock of shit, can I be honest? Because she said her quote was something like, and I feel so safe around Danny.
Well, other women apparently don't.
Right. And also, when are those safe moments? Because we didn't see any of those.
Correct. So and I had a note also about her saying something like, because of my childhood, I had all this like checklist of things and Daniel checks those boxes and this and that. And I had a note that says exactly this. Bar was low with regard to love and partnership for Nia growing up. She made a list of what she wanted, but I wonder if she accepts less than what she's worth because to her, it seems so much better than what she knew growing up, but it still misses the mark big time. That was my note.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, that's spot on. And I think she also wants this picture perfect family because she didn't have it. And she's willing to give up things that are really actually important for this life that she can show the world that is so perfect. She's Miss America. She's on TV with Danny. They are, very heavily involved in their church. She homeschools. It's like this big persona of smoke and mirrors. And she's putting herself last. And she should really be putting herself first, quite honestly. And Danny he's not safe. Of at least what we have seen.
Yes, I would. That is my opinion as well, based on what we've seen. And Katie, I'm going to go a step further, not just based on what we've seen, but I'm going to dance around this for a very good reason. And I hate to be that annoying bitch that's not going to give you the exact reason, but you and I both know, you and I are aware of other claims. You and I are aware of alleged other claims that Danny did something similar to what he did to Jasmine and her partner to other women at a gathering off camera. Okay, this is what we're hearing. Now, have I confirmed it? No, but have we reached out to a source that we deem reliable and close to the situation? And did that source confirm this story? Yes, they did.
Well, and if you reminded me of something that I didn't catch on, when Janet talks to Danny about his behavior, she says women. She doesn't say what you did to Jasmine only and
she
her
said
wife. Women. So, and then we've heard multiple accounts of this other situation that we won't talk about because it's not our story to share, but it is a problem.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point that Janet, in my opinion, when she keeps saying women, when she talks about Danny being inappropriate, I think Janet's fully aware of what you and I are aware of.
Yes.
Right. And I'm going to say we're aware of it, but again, I'm going to double down and say like, we have not confirmed it, but we did the best we can to somewhat confirm it. And according to what we deem to be a reliable source, he's made other women feel uncomfortable as well. That's what we'll say. Okay, and then Luke, here's what's going to come to the shock of no one. Apparently, Luke's not vibing with the fucking therapist. Shocker. Shocker.
Do you know when my ex-husband and I were at the end? Okay, we were at the end, but we decided to do counseling to try and help. We went to this one counselor in Georgia twice, and then he made us stop going because she wouldn't agree with him and pump up his ego and claim that I'm the problem. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing Luke be frustrated because he's being called out.
Yeah, because he said that thing of, well, I hadn't met pregnant Kristen yet. Like that was a huge dig. It was so inappropriate. And the therapist called him on it, but she was professional. She said something like, that's a big thing to say, or something like that. And that was enough for him to go, I'm not vibing with her. Oh, really? Like, how weak are you? No. Luke is a no for me.
If that was my son, if I was watching Gavin, say, on the Valley, and I would go grab him by the ear and scream at him.
Yes.
I did not raise you like this. How are you treating the mother of your child like this?
Absolutely.
I mean, I would be so pissed off. So pissed off.
And what does Luke want to do? He wants to just get it out of the way. He says later in the episode, well, let's just get it out of the way. And Kristen's like, but if you don't like pregnant Kristen, like, why are you wanting me to have a baby right now again? And he's like, well, let's just get it out of the way and put pregnant Kristen in a coffin.
He said, so we can put pregnant Kristen to rest. Let's just get it done. What the fuck?
Whoa.
Those are fighting words.
Well, those are not only fighting words, but that's a really shitty decision to go and have a baby, right? Of all things that you should do in life right now with your partner, Kristen, after all we've seen that you guys have gone through and are currently going through, having a baby ain't going to fix anything.
It's not that one.
It ain't that one. Yeah, that is not the choice.
Right.
Okay. Then we have, what did you think of Jesse and Lacey with the freezing of the eggs thing? What are your thoughts on that little appointment?
I think it's smart of Lacey. I know she has endometriosis. She probably does want to have another child, possibly at some point. I think it's smart of her to go in for this consult. But Jesse looked awkward, don't you think, in this appointment? He looked very awkward. I don't know. I think Lacey's right. She's like, I like us how we are. Jesse will probably say he wants to get married, but I like the relationship we have now.
Yeah.
And
I agree with you. I think it's really smart given Lacey's like age and her, not that she's old, but I'm just saying women have a clock, right? We all know that ticks, unfortunately, with childbirth and also with her endometriosis. Like, I think it's a really smart decision for her. I just wasn't, once again, I wasn't seeing the chemistry between them. I wasn't seeing that she wants to have a baby with him. She's doing this for herself, which I fully support. Like, and who cares what I think, right? When a woman makes this choice, but I'm saying I fully support this for her. I like this for her, but I definitely got the vibe that like, she's just not into him. And even though they joke, and he makes jokes and then she's like, well, you make it so easy for me to be mean to you or something like that. It's like, well, I think it goes deeper than that. I am liking Lacey on the show. You and I have both said that. And I liked her in person as well. Yeah. It's just, I don't think Lacey's in love with Jesse. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down in that. And people can fight me, but I think a lot of people would agree. I don't think she's in love with that man. I don't understand their relationship, but I like Lacey and I like that she wants to freeze her eggs. I think it's a good decision. I do.
Again, her emotional maturity is like she's 100 years old in emotional maturity.
Oh, yeah.
She is so spot on with everything she says. And I think she's been really good for the show. Her and Lala have kind of kept people in check this season. And I really, really, really appreciate that and like that.
I do too. And although the emotional maturity bar is extremely low on this fucking show.
That's true.
I still think, even if they were on a different cast, I still think that those two women, Lacey and Lala, are extremely emotionally mature, no matter what cast they're on. They are. And I love it.
Lala said, Zach is like a fart in the wind. He's friends with anyone he's around. I died laughing. I died. Because I got to tell you, being around Zach a lot, he makes everyone feel like his best friend.
Yeah.
He does. Matt does that too. Matt has like 6,000 best friends.
Yeah.
But he does. And I think that's just his warm nature. Mm-hmm. But she was trying to say he changes his perspective with who he's around. That I kind of disagree with. Because him and I have had arguments about Danny and Nia. he was like, why do people think I'm a Danny defender? And I was like, well,
Because you are.
We've had arguments about it. I had an argument with somebody in front of him. I'm not going to say who, but I argue with someone. He goes, okay. No, this is why you're in the wrong, Katie. This is why he's in the wrong, but this is why you're in the wrong. We call each other out.
I like that.
I do too. So I thought it was so funny. He's a fart in the wind.
Well, I think Zach might also be a fart in the wind at Chili's bathroom.
Oh my God, poor Zach. Oh my God.
Okay, and also just on the topic of Zach, I just need to understand why he can't fully get on board with Janet, or at least more. I'm not, it's time. He's got to get on the right side of history, and it doesn't mean he has to fully embrace Janet. That's fine. But I don't even really understand. To be honest with you, listen, I'm going to call your boy Zach out. Love him, but I'm going to call him out. When it comes to him and Janet, what he has said to Janet, I think, in the past, is far worse than anything Janet has ever said to him or done to him.
Well, I asked him that because we are very close. I was like, tell me, because I don't see it, I kind of don't remember the last 2 seasons, but I was like, tell me honestly what she did that hurt you so bad. And there is a history of other things that I'm not going to say. It's not, again, not my story.
Yeah.
But he does have reasons to be upset with her. But
Okay.
we, at some point, have to move on.
Sure.
And he told me he addressed some of these things in filming and it didn't air. So it would be nice to have context of other situations that they've had issues in.
Yeah.
Because again, he's getting why are you still upset? You got to move on, but there is context, just like with everything.
And you know what? That tracks because it's like that with every reality show. There's thousands of hours of filming, but only a little bit, maybe I'm being dramatic, only a little bit, a small percentage makes it to the show. So we're always going to be missing context. So you just answered my question. I believe Zach and I believe you when you say there are probably some things that Janet has said that cut deep and that's the reason he's still pissed. And it all makes sense, but it's just left on the cutting room floor or it happened off filming. That could also be happening.
Totally.
We get to the Halloween party and Jesse has the audacity to call Michelle out for daring to introduce their daughter to a man. What did you think about that?
All I kept thinking is Michelle came to you and said that she was uncomfortable because you introduced your daughter to Lacey and then she saw video, picture, whatever it was, of Lacey braiding her daughter's hair. So why is it not okay that Michelle took her daughter to a showing, because that's her job, and she didn't have childcare. She took her daughter to a showing and they met. But it's not like she's like, this is mommy's new boyfriend. I think it was a little aggressive and a little controlling.
Agree. I think it was you just nailed it on the head. He has a right to go to her and say, hey, I have a concern.
Right.
I'm hearing that you've got a new man in your life and that you formally introduced whatever. And he should have heard her out and she could have said, oh, I really kind of had no choice. I take my daughter to work, as a lot of working mothers do. I used to do it as well. Still do it. You and I both just took our kids to the studio, right?
Yeah.
They're so cute together. And so she did that and he happened to be there. Cool. Big deal. But also you're fucking basically living with Lacey and you guys have meshed your lives. And at a certain point, it's you just get the fuck out of her business. You need to trust her as a mother that she's going to make the right choice. She's an excellent mother from all we know.
Yeah.
Leave her the fuck alone. And you just want to have an opinion and some control. And it did not come off well for Jesse.
Well, and she's working her ass off to pay debt off that they shared. So,
Very good point.
Do you want her to keep working or and pay off the debt that you both share or what? But she's working her ass off as a single mother to make things happen. And sometimes, like you just said, as a mother, you have to pull out, hey, I got to bring my kid with me.
Yeah.
Women can do a lot. And I'm okay with her bringing her kid to a showing.
Dude, my kids accidentally met Steve, by the way, too. And it was it wasn't awkward for me necessarily, but for Steve, because he was like, oh my God, we're literally on our third date. And here are these two kids. This is, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Long story short, we both lived in different towns. He lived in the Valley. I lived in Redlands. I was long separated from my ex and we were both dating other people, whatever. And at the time, my ex and I lived right around the corner from each other. I'm talking the kids, it was actually kind of cool. The kids could walk from house to house and it was hey, we're going to spend the night with mom tonight. Oh, we'll go to dad's. And then they would bring our dog. We also shared custody of our dog, Clover. Sweet Clover. And Clover used to run back and forth to each house. Like it was just like a really sweet
cute.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on our third date, I did let Steve come to the condo, not for any kind of sex, because let me tell you, I did make that motherfucker wait. Just so you know, not saying women have to, but I'm just telling you, I did. Just because I know where your dirty minds are going, you spicy BMWs.
I love it.
Anyway, we came to the house to like grab something and we were going to go to dinner.
Yeah.
And my kids literally happened to walk home just to come home and like say, I don't know, say hi, whatever, or come grab something. And I was like, oh, here's my son and my daughter. Like, hi. He's like, hi. They're like, is this your new boyfriend, Mom? And we weren't like exclusive. We were just dating. So that's actually, I have my own story that's like almost exactly like Michelle's. Like I didn't mean to. It wasn't a formal introduction, but here we are, you know.
Well, that's your life, just like it's hers.
Yes.
And honestly,
get over it, Jessie.
It's okay. She is so young. She won't even, if something happens to her, well, it did. She's not with that guy anymore. But I can guarantee you the kid is never going to think about it again.
No, and it's not like traumatic either. It's not like you're on this listing appointment with your mom and you happen to meet a guy. Does she even does the child even clock that that's a guy you went on a date with? I doubt it.
No, not unless
she
you're
probably
like,
said this is.
So we went on 4 dates. Like, what are you talking about? That was so weird to me. I didn't like that at all.
It was very weird. And I just thought it was like controlling and weird. And Jesse needs to stay in his fucking lane.
Agreed.
Jasmine. Okay, so at the Halloween party.
I hate that girl.
Okay, that other girl, she annoys the shit out of. Why was she touching Michelle that way?
I don't know. And why are you calling Jasmine trash? Who are you calling trash?
Well, Jasmine did call her a bitch first.
Okay, well, she deserved it. I'm team Jasmine.
But I'm on Jasmine's side here. Here's what I will say. Number one, that friend, whatever her name is with the high-pitched voice, she touches Michelle in a way like around the hips that I was just like, I have no problem with that. If you guys are messing around, like there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you're not, that's giving, I'm pretty sure my girl Katie don't grab me around the hips. Like I'm just pretty sure you never come behind me. I was like, okay, what's going on here? Anyway, moving on. Jasmine comes up and I will say Jasmine was a little like hot. She was a little like, hey, what's going on? Like, what am I hearing about Jesse and you introduced to a boyfriend, blah, blah. So that would have agitated me if I was Michelle. I would have been like, okay, whoa.
Yes.
Why are you up in my business? Like, I just had this shitty conversation with Jesse. What do we do? But I get it. It's a reality show, right? And Jasmine's probably doing her job. So credit there. But then the friend steps in and the friend had bad energy too. The friend, I think, came in too hot, like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Then, of course, Jasmine, I think, is in the wrong by using the B word. But here's the thing. I also name call, and my famous line, it's not famous, but, you know, I use it a lot. It's like, I call you what you earn.
Yeah.
And the friend kind of earned that. So I don't know. Like, I get it that if you call me, Jasmine called bitch first, so then she goes and she calls her trash. Both of them are fucked up. It was a dumb situation, but I'm still going to be team Jasmine just because the friend annoyed me.
I think the friend is trying to get on the show. Okay.
Yes, 100%.
Also, I will say, production-wise, it was the finale. And you know going into the finale, it has to be explosive on all fronts. And I am sure, I am 99.9% positive that before Jasmine walked over to Michelle, a producer said, hey, go tell Michelle what you just heard.
Sure.
Go tell. So I'm sure that's why it looks like it's like she's stepping out of place, but I'm positive that's what happened. They want an explosive finale. And that friend, I was like, get out of the way. Like, you're not on the show. You have no skin in this game. Like, go away.
No, and I here's what I'm going to say too. I don't like her hairdo. I don't like the two braids.
It was weird.
Okay, that's me. And it is something she can change about herself, so don't come after me. I think she's actually a beautiful woman. She is. She's gorgeous, okay? This has nothing to do with her looks. Hair was bad. The
outfit was bad. The hair was bad. Everything.
All of it.
Her attitude. Yes.
All of it.
Wait. We forgot to address this. The very beginning of the Halloween party, we got Count Bucko.
Oh, God. Count Buccolo. I want to suck your blood.
Again, making vaginas dry all across the United States.
Bad. Sahara Desert.
I'd be like, that gave me the ick, you know? And there are some things
he does gives me the ick.
Yes, but like Matt has a few things and I'm like, ew, ick, right? But that is like an end it ick.
Yeah, like, here's your divorce papers, bitch. Like, I'm out.
And they
out,
flash
Count
back
Buccolo.
to like all of his acting he's doing with her.
The Western accent, the Count Bucalo, all of it is just shut up.
Cringy.
Shut up, you weirdo.
Cringy.
And of course, Count Bucalo is drunk as fuck at this party because of course, drunk as fuck.
He couldn't even walk.
No, he couldn't even stand up straight. He's doing he's eating all the food. Not only is he eating all the food, but it's like sloppy. It's when you're
all over his face.
Oh my God, that's what I look like when I eat a chimichanga at, 2:00 in the morning after a rip and roaring house party. But, I'm not currently being called out for having a drinking problem. So like, here we are, he was not doing himself any favors. And even Nia, as she always does, she goes, "Are you drunk, Daniel?" Nah. And he's like, I want to get another drink. She's like, "I don't think that's a good idea, Daniel." People are trying to give him water. She's trying to gentle parent. Yeah. Like Jesse was trying to help him out, trying to hold him up. And can we get 2 waters? He takes him to the bar. And it's like, Danny doesn't take the cue. He's not a good drunk. Here's the thing. No. Does he have a drinking problem? Perhaps. But at the very least, he's not a good drunk. He's not. He can't hold his mud. Like he just truly loses it and acts like a slurring dumbass. And eventually he also ends up doing really stupid shit and saying stupid shit when he's drunk.
He's digging his own grave. This is not like people are making it up. You keep giving us reasons to hate you. You're giving them over and over and over.
He's feeding it to us on a silver platter. Also, we don't want to forget when Jason mistaked another woman for his wife and he goes, oh, I thought you were my wife. Oh God, I'm so embarrassed.
But I was like, the editing had to keep that in there. They wanted to show that they're accusing Danny of doing all of this, but here is Jason doing it. I didn't like that. I was like, oh my God. But he didn't grab her ass and say, "Go get daddy a drink." No. He was just like, "Oh my God, so sorry. Oh my gosh,"
It is an innocent mistake. I've actually smacked the ass of a woman I did not know. This happened in Laughlin. First of all, we were all drinking, so I'm guilty. I thought it was my cousin. I thought it was my cousin. God. And we do that all the time. Like, but especially when we're drinking, we're like, boo, like, ha, whatever. Like, we're all okay with it. This is like accepted in our little world. I felt like such a douchey asshole. And I was like, Jason, first of all, I was embarrassed, but I was like, and I was drunk, but I was able to get my wits about me and be like, I am so sorry. Luckily, she was like, "Girl, we're good." Like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, no, but I'm truly really like, sorry. That was like so cringe. She's like, "Oh, we're good." Anyway, so it happens. I don't think it at all compares to the way that Danny Bucko has acted. Jason, we're not going to do that. We're not going to compare Jason's mistaking. That was clearly a mistake. And he also didn't do anything crazy. So we're not going to go there. But of course they had to leave it in and fine. Leave it in. Call it out, but he called himself out. He's like, "I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry."
He did for Jason. I think that Brittany and Lala got Gretchened.
Oh, okay. Tell me about that. Yes. Let's go there.
So when they were at the photo shoot or whatever, or was that a photo shoot? Yeah. Brittany, Lala, Kristen were talking. Remember, we brought this up, how she said, I don't manipulate people, but Nia does, or however she said it.
None of them use the word manipulate, and I have this as a note, and I think it's really important because I have a note about it. Okay. She said, "I don't guilt trip." And those are two totally different things. Kristen said,
Mia does.
Yes. And those are two different things. To guilt trip somebody and manipulate somebody are actually two different things.
Totally. But then she claims she never said it, and it was Brittany that said it. And I was literally sitting there like, you girls just got Gretchened.
Yes.
Literally, we can see it on TV that you're saying it, and then you're denying it, and then blaming it on someone else.
The evidence is so clear. Kristen is going to have to answer for this at the reunion. That pissed me off so bad. And Kristen, she goes, no, I didn't. And then Zach goes, "I believe her." And she goes, "See? Yep." Oh my God, Kristen, you are a monster for doing that. You are horrible. A fucking monster. Like, that is horrible. And first of all, they kept using, so the word manipulator kept getting thrown around. That's not the word. They said guilt trip. Let me read my notes. So I said, I was pissed because I'm like, no, Lala never said manipulator, despite how Nia described it. That's how Nia described it. That is false. Yeah. And then Nia downplayed how she communicated to Zach about Janet. Like, she downplayed the whole situation. she's like, oh yeah, like I'm being accused of, manipulating you and la 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 and whatever. And Nia like wants to laugh about it. But your girl Kristen, the whole time you're going to see it at the reunion, she says you straight up guilt trip him. Like she accused you of it. It's just wild to me. And I think that Nia totally downplayed how she does actually talk to Zach. I think she does kind of sort of manipulate Zach. The way that she talks. Yeah. She likes to say, oh, I just kind of laughed about it and said, oh, that's your best friend, huh? That's actually a form of manipulation, I think.
Totally.
It's a passive aggressive way of making Zach feel guilty over having any kind of relationship with Janet. Oh, because Janet's your best friend. That's what Nia does. That is a form of manipulation, in my opinion.
1,000% trying to make him feel guilty. I don't
it's
like
working.
that. Yes.
I think it's working on Zach. I do. Brittany, I also find Brittany very cringe a lot of the times, okay? And I don't think that she's a perfect person by any means. I also have said many times, a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. And like, girl, you need to pick a lane. Finally, now she's picking a lane, but only because she's been forced to. I hate how she's always just like Switzerland. I think that's annoying. But my note about her was when Zach and Kristen and Nia were having the conversation, Brittany comes in like a bat out of hell and corrects that record so fucking quick. And I loved every second of it, so much so I had to rewind it. She came in and she goes, oh, no. She goes, Kristen lied. No. She comes in and she goes, no, that's not what was said. Here's what was said. And she totally corrects the record. And that's when Kristen's like, no, you said that. And Brittany's like, oh my God, Kristen, are you serious? And then that's when Zach comes in. I hated that he said this. He goes, well, I believe her. And that's when Kristen goes, see? Oh, like Kristen, you are horrible for doing that. And like you said, they got Gretchened.
And how do people forget that there is camera footage? You are on film with a mic. Why are you lying?
Maybe she's hoping it's going to not make it up off the cutting room floor. Maybe Kristen was thinking, I think a lot of times Kristen speaks without thinking. And that's why sometimes she's great reality TV. Part of the reason that she's good reality TV is like, oops, did I just say that? But maybe she's also thinking like, oh, maybe that part won't make the show. But I just am like, girl, you just told a bold-faced lie. Like totally. And it sucks because you're willing to lie to the detriment of Brittany.
Yeah.
She's willing to lie to make one of her besties. And she tries to say in confessionals, oh, that's supposed to be my ride or die. Well, bitch, that's supposed to be your ride or die.
Exactly.
And you're making her look like shit right now. You're literally calling her a liar, and you're okay with the audience and the cast and your friends all thinking Brittany made this shit up and lied.
Do you know what that tells me? That tells me that she'd rather blame it on Brittany than face Nia.
Correct.
So all that she said about Nia plotting and planning a little bit, okay? Mm-hmm. You just proved it. It. You're too afraid to say, yeah, I did say that about Nia. I kind of stand behind that because you're scared of Nia. You just proved what you said to be true. That's weird.
I agree. And I think that you're correct. And I think that Kristen, the most recent clip that I saw of Kristen solidifies what you just said. There was a clip that came, and we're going to get to this, but Kristen says something like, listen, just because I don't agree with Danny's behavior all the time doesn't mean I don't love him. And also what Janet did to him was fucked up. Kristen.
It was her thread.
Yes.
She responded and she said, oh yeah, I still love him even though he messes up. I'm paraphrasing. But at the end it was, but throwing a drink is vile or whatever. Yeah. But like, are you serious right now?
Oh my God, Kristen, that was not, and her comments, I agreed with every single comment. Kristen got annihilated in the comments. They're like, okay, girl, tell us like you're still just blindly defending the Buccos without telling us. Like she cannot land on the right side of history to save her life, this woman. And it's driving me crazy.
Somebody said that she thought, correct me if I'm wrong, that she thought that Danny and Nia were going to get like the hero edit this season. And that's why she glommed onto them. Did you see that? I've
heard that as well. And I also think Danny and Nia thought they were going to get the hero edit. And they are severely disappointed because they were the angels in the previous 2 seasons. Oh, Janet's the villain. And they got exactly what they wanted. They weren't even a part of this fucking friendship group to begin with, they got basically cast, thrown into the mix. They run amok, and Janet gets cast out, even though she is actually a part of this friend group.
Yeah.
And they loved every second of it. Now they're having their comeuppance in season 3, and everybody's like, oh shit, we hate Danny and Nia, and we kind of sort of like Janet. And they did not expect that. And Kristen didn't expect that. And Kristen thought she was landing on the right side of not real history, but like audience perception history by being friends with Danny and Nia and blindly defending them. And it's like, girl, you didn't know until you watched the show back, you were all kinds of wrong. And the audience hated Danny and Nia.
Well, I really, really hope at the reunion, Danny apologizes and Kristen comes to the realization maybe that her takes were not the right takes.
I hope so too.
I really hope she has that moment.
I'm looking forward to it. And then, and this was what I thought was weird too. I made a note about this. I said, so Kristen denies saying that Nia guilt trips Zach. She said, oh, never in my life. This is Kristen. Never in my life did I say that. But she confesses in her confessional that that saying manipulates in confessional, which she did not say and is far worse. So Kristen's so funny because she's like, she refuses to admit in the moment when she's arguing with everybody and with Brittany that she never in my life would I say that Nia guilt trips Zach. But then she goes and admits in her confessional that she did say that Nia manipulates Zach.
Because I can guarantee you that her confessional was shot so many weeks later and production was probably like, we have you on camera saying that.
Yeah. But what's funny is she wouldn't admit to the thing she actually did say, which is guilt trip. Yeah. But she does admit to the thing she didn't say, which is manipulate. She never said manipulate, but so it's like, you've got it all wrong. This is so Kristen Doty. Like to just,
even that so take is a manipulation.
Yes.
Telling somebody, well, this is what I didn't do. That's a manipulation. That's a deflection of what you actually did and you're not taking responsibility.
Agree. God, Kristen, she's driving me crazy. Okay. Oh God. Danny calls Lala and Brittany dumb and dumber over and over again.
I mean, he has literally zero respect for any females. Zero.
And zero brain cells.
Yes.
Apparently. He's so gross. He's so gross.
Did you notice, and we haven't talked about this yet, but after the altercation, you see the cameras poke around the kitchen to see what Danny and Nia are doing. And it's like, you can tell the camera's like rushing to see where they are. They have gotten so good at that with Danny and Nia. They've done that so many times this season because they are always hiding. They're always running away from the situation. They always are up to no good. They're always like chit-chatting about, whispering about what they just said and did. That just told me, seeing that scene, and I was like, oh, wow, I've seen like 10 of those this season, that the production has gotten really good at finding where they're hiding.
Yes, which has been amazing TV, which has been part of the sort of, I hate to be dramatic, but like the downfall of like Danny and Nia on this show. Is production's done a really good job of being like, you're not going to hide from us. You're not going to go plot and scheme in the corner about how to spin this thing and not expose what's really going on in your marriage and your dynamic. And it makes them look worse and worse and worse, as if they are hiding something or trying to hide something. And I hate how the two of them together make themselves the victim every single time. They're the victim every time. Nia says something like, well, I want to go home. I don't want to be in a place. These aren't my friends. Girl, your husband's running a fucking muck. He's a menace. He's an asshole and he's getting called out. You can't stand it because it exposes your facade. And you want to get out of there and you want to blame it on everybody else. Girl, you are you are guilt tripping Zach. Yeah. You are trying to turn people against Janet. You are deflecting for your husband's indefensible behavior to try and make him look good and your facade look like it's actually real. She's doing so many things that just piss me off. And I just am like, get them off this show.
Yeah, please. Okay, we have to talk about the red Solo cup.
Let's talk about it now because we're there. We're there. So basically, Danny's wasted. He goes to lay down because, of course, he just can't handle his alcohol. He goes and lays down away from everybody. Jason maybe his knee is hurting because he had the surgery. He's limping around and he goes and sits in the same quiet area that Danny's in and they get to talking. And Jason right away does his job as a reality TV cast member and he starts bringing shit up. Like, what does he bring up? He says something.
Don't you owe Lala an apology? Is that where it started?
Lala.
Yeah.
And then Lala and Janet make their way into the tent or the area that they're sitting in because somebody tells them, oh, you guys need to go. Jason and Danny are talking. They're like, oh my God. And Lala's like, this is a time when I really do need a drink, but whatever. So they go in and they right away try to put Danny at ease. They're like, listen, this isn't aggression. This is not an attack, whatever. And basically Lala's like, yeah, like I had heard in the rumor mill that you were maybe had an apology for me. He's like, well, yeah, I apologize for saying go get your husband. And she's like, oh, that's it? And he's like, yeah, like what else do I have to apologize for? And she's like, okay, well, and it's just, he's such an unaccountable little man. And so they just keep going. And then Janet kind of speaks up. And where does the conversation turn though? What is the turn? Oh. And he's like, well, he looks at Janet. He's like, I don't want to hear anything. I can't talk to you about anything. And, you're not willing to apologize to me. And she looks at him and she asks him the best question ever. And what do I owe you an apology for? And what do I owe you an apology for?
Exactly.
And he goes, well, are you kidding? The words that you use, the words. And she's like, something like she doubles down. She's like, I don't basically owe you shit.
Yes.
You want me to apologize for you doing something? All I did was call it out, what you did. I called out what you did.
Yep.
So then, this is how it played out in my opinion, okay? This is how I saw it on my screen.
Okay.
Danny and Janet are going at it. And Danny scoots forward in his seat in an act of, I will say, aggression.
Yes.
He scoots, then he gets the finger going and he raises the arm and he's pointing at Janet using the finger. So he's scooted toward her. He's raised his voice. He's pointing at her, whatever he's saying. So much so that Janet's husband, which my husband would do the same thing, probably worse. And he says, don't talk to my wife that way. Put your finger down. Don't talk to my wife. Put your finger down. And Danny doubles down and looks at Jason and says, what are you going to do with your bum leg? What are you going to do? That's when Janet fucking lost it. So in my opinion, so then Janet throws a drink on Danny and she finishes him off and she throws her red Solo cup, which is now empty, and it taps his forehead. The funniest shit is it made a noise. It went
because it's hollow in there.
Well, both are hollow, the cup and his brain.
That's what I mean. That part is hollow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you see, so in my opinion, obviously, we're not supposed to throw drinks. We're not supposed to throw cups. Is it technically assault? Apparently it is. And Janet's the first one to call that out. She's like, yes, it's technically assault, what I did. Is it right? Is it okay? No. Was I upset about it? No.
No, I told Janet at her birthday, I said, I would have done much worse. If you threaten Matt Ginella, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I will light your car on fire. You don't get to threaten my husband who is defending me because you're being a toxic male. I would have lit him on fire.
Agree.
Not literally, but you know what I'm
Agree. No, but I'm also saying this goes for woman and man, but especially if a man is going to scoot forward in his seat toward me, a woman, twice, and raise his hand and continuously point his finger at me. Those are acts of aggression. That is raised heightened emotions, negative emotions toward me. If you're going to do that to me, I'm already going to pop the fuck off. I am going to pop the fuck off, and I'm going to tell you what you're doing right now is not okay, and I don't feel safe. Don't fucking scoot forward in your chair toward a woman, ever.
Well, it's not like it was a glass. It wasn't a glass. It was a red, empty Solo cup.
Exactly.
Like, this is not the end of the world. We have seen much worse on Bravo in terms of assault, true assault.
And those people were allowed to stay on a show.
Yes.
So
I don't think I've seen more support of her doing that online than people criticizing her. Now, look, should we ever resort to stuff like that? No. But again, if you threaten my husband, I'm going to end you.
Correct. No, and it was like Danny kept doubling down in inappropriate behavior. His behavior was also equally inappropriate in my very strong opinion.
Yes.
Don't scoot your body toward a woman. Don't do that. Because that's signaling like, oh shit, is he about to get up? Is he going to do something to me? Then he raises the hand and points the finger in her direction in an aggressive manner. Again, as a woman, I don't know what this man's going to do next. I don't know. Like, this is weird.
Danny's going to pull the I was drinking. Well, yeah, that's the problem.
Then don't drink.
You're always drunk. And then he
Correct.
says in his confessional, I'm a good guy. I'm a man of character and integrity.
Oh, boy.
Who is that? Who are you talking about? It is not you.
If
Is it
you
the
have
guy
to
you
say
try
it
to
about
play on
yourself,
TV?
he has to say it about himself because nobody fucking else is saying it about him. What does that tell you? Like if you're the only one that thinks that about Danny Bucko, well then it's not true because nobody else fucking thinks that, dude.
No.
I thought it was diabolical, but also cinematic the way that they ended this episode.
Agreed.
The way that they had Danny after the edit that he got this season. It's not the edit; he's an asshole. But the way that he had his downfall, and to top it off, that was the cherry on top. When to show this man that we all hate, we all loathe. He was an asshole at this finale, just like he always is. At the very last episode, he's showing his ass, and at the end, he's gonna sit there and tell the camera. I wrote it down. I'm actually a really good guy, and it's not just me saying this. I'm a man of character and integrity. And it's not
Please.
just me saying this. Okay, Danny, please show your receipts. Who else has fucking said that about you,
Nia.
motherfucker?
Nia.
And
And
that
by the
doesn't
way,
count.
I want to point out when they were leaving, she's like, why are you so calm? I'm so mad. And all I kept thinking was relating it to myself. And I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just relating it to myself. I would pump up my ex-husband's ego like that so he wouldn't get mad at me.
Yes.
I was like, it's easier if I'm playing on your team and supporting you and pumping you up because then when we get home, it's not my fault. You won't
Yeah.
get angry at me. And that's
Yeah.
what I saw in that scene. She's like, why aren't you more mad? I'm so mad. You're defending him because number one, you're embarrassed. And number
Yeah.
two, you don't want the smoke from your husband. So you're just like, I'm going to be right behind you.
Perfectly said. And I thought the same thing. I thought that there's one of two reasons or both why she's saying, why are you so calm? Why are you so calm? Number one, what you said, because she's afraid of if he gets any more heightened, like she's trying to, so that when they go home, she's trying to make her experience more pleasant with him.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, she's also saying it because that paints him in a good light in front of the cameras to say, gosh,
Exactly.
look at my husband, because she knows that he's been painted as this aggressive asshole. So she's going to try and help his image by saying, oh, babe, why are you so calm? We're not buying it, Nia. We're not
No.
buying it. Okay,
No.
go on Fox News and be your little influencer self on Fox News. Okay, trad wife. Like, I don't want her on this fucking show anymore.
Neither
I'm
do I.
over it.
I have heard that maybe they're not coming back, and that would be really good for the show.
It would. Now, here's what I will say. My dog is crying. I'm going to let him out in a second. But what I will say is I have come full circle on the show. This might be a hot take, and it might even be a
Oh.
hot take to my bestie, Katie Ginella.
Okay.
I've come full circle on the show. I now believe it's one of the shows I most look forward to watching.
Me too.
Here's why. Right? Okay. Is it dark? Yes, it's dark. But it is so fascinating from a psychological standpoint that I can't wait for the reunion because there's all these different dynamics at play, and you've got a real villain, like a villain that I'm like, he's so villain that I want him off the TV. He's that bad. He's the Jax Taylor. He's the Emily Simpson type that's like, you're too fucking toxic and dangerous to be on my screen. You don't deserve a platform. But this whole dynamic and then the whole arc of Janet, like the world hated Janet. And then you start to question, well, wait, whoa. Was it too much on Janet? Wait a minute. Hold on. Like they were the evil ones the whole time, Danny and Nia. Then you've got Kristen. She was a fan favorite last season and the season before. And now it's like, ooh, not loving Kristen. Like it's all just like so fascinating to me. And the other thing I will say is you get more authenticity. Yes, is some producing, there is some acting or whatever you want to call it, playing into the producers on the show, of course, all reality shows. But it is so much more authentic than like the Housewives of OC. You know what I mean?
Well, we were at a bar and before Janet's birthday, and I was with Zach and my friend Heather, and a guy came up to Zach and WeHo and said, hey, thanks for representing us on TV. And I thought, you know what? I heard that when I was on Housewives, that Asian American women would say that to me. But you think about the Valley. We have people of color. We have divorced. We have getting married. We have single mothers. We have the queer community. That's what I want. Well, at least I do in a TV show. I want to see it represented in not a forced way. And that's what we get to see. And it quickly has become one of my favorites. And not just because of Zach. Even if I didn't know Zach, I would love to watch The Valley.
Yeah. Agree. No, and it was like kind of like I would just rage every episode. And this last one was no different. But now I'm starting to go, this is also fascinating. Doesn't mean I like most of the people on the show, but it's like, it's fascinating.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, can we get out of here? Because my dog is just going crazy and he's crying.
Buddy.
I think him want to go outside. He's got to go potty.
Yes. Okay, BMWs, we need your help. Our spicy hot takes about how much we hate Danny Bucko have landed us on the Bravo cell block. You can help us by putting money on our books by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps us so much and we really appreciate it.
Yes. And if you want to give us your hot takes, ask us any burning questions, make any comments about Bravo's Most Wanted, the podcast, you can leave Katie and me a voice message at speakpipe.com/Bravo. That's SPEAKPIPE.com/Bravo. Until next time, Katie.
Bye.
Bye.